welcome to another episode of the Contractors of Colorado Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Lavrins. Our guest today is a sponsor that you all have been very familiar with. They are a huge supporter of our community. It is the Builders Outlet, and we have Anna here today. So Anna, welcome.
Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that, and I'm happy to be here.
Of course.
Thank you.
Of course.
For having me over.
Yeah, it's going to be a good conversation today. It's I'm excited to introduce you kind of a little more formally to the community.
Yes.
If you're in this community as a contractor of Colorado and you haven't heard of Builders Outlet, my first question would be like, where have you been? How do you even know about us if you haven't heard about Builders Outlet? Because you all are such huge supporters of what we do. So first and foremost, thank you. A lot of the things that we get to do, the events that we host, the food and drink that comes, that's all a direct benefit of our relationship with the Builders Outlet. So thank you.
And thank you for, being part of the community and establishing what you, trying to achieve and have all this, big trusted people that come talking to you and you helping them out and things like that. And thank you for having me over.
Of course. Of course. Well, to get started, we always like to ask, who are you? What do you do? You're a mom, you're a wife.
I am.
You're a business owner.
I am.
Tell us a little bit about your life.
Well, I don't know where to start, but I guess I will talk about my personal life to begin with.
Yeah.
Married, and happily married for 20 years now. Have one child, 11-year-old daughter. I'm a dance mom, doing a lot of dancing, competitions and things like that. So I'm a very busy business owner as well, obviously. Builders Outlet is something that I managed, but I own it together with my husband. Builders Outlet existed for 25 years, but we bought it 2 years ago and trying to rebuild it. I guess that's about it at this point. But
it's been really cool to see the business go from this place where it was a great business. Even when you took it over, it was a great business. I think it was just what are the impacts of an owner who's disengaged? Yeah. And I think that's where you all came in and picked up.
I agree.
Picked up the pieces, and you can see it in what we focus on a ton around here: online presence. Your digital handshake. It went from these, I don't even want to say negative experiences, but definitely not positive.
Yeah.
We're talking like a 3-star experience.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you guys took over and it's been positive. New ownership is great. And I saw a review come across, I think it was a few days ago, just boasting how great the new ownership is and how much they take care of you and know you as a person. You're not just some account number or something like that. Like there's a relationship involved. So that's been a really cool transformation. What else are you doing since you've stepped in?
So Builders Outlet, again, it's been 25 years it existed. It's been it was a very big company at some point of time. And
remind us where.
So we're in Denver. We're like downtown Denver, like 8th Avenue and I-25, pretty much close to like Santa Fe.
Right by Empower Stadium.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So we, the previous owner, he was just retiring and we picked it up, he was kind of like downsizing, and we just picked it up from then and moved it to where it is right now. We brought new products, we brought new people, we care about the time, so a lot of people, they keep coming back to us and say, hey, what can you provide? I think the biggest win for us is we have full service mill shop where we can cut, doors or, frames to the sizes that you need. So we basically specialize in doors, cabinets, windows, trim or decking. So, but the main business, I guess, product that we sell are the doors, right? So we hang doors in house, and this is how we specialize. This is our bread and butter, pretty much.
Yeah.
So we have full service mill shop where we, hang doors. We cut to custom sizes. We do minimum of manufacturing at the mill shop as well. So if you ever need something simple, we can probably accommodate that. So also because of that, we have shorter lead times, so we can complete the job within 2-3 days. So We have capability of bringing, doors any sizes you want. Some of the things that, we can also do is, we can also provide delivery. We do have some, we don't provide installation. So this is when the Contractors of Colorado come in. We basically like to, send the business away, but we would like to send that business to somebody who's qualified. And I would say I enjoy what Andrew's doing with affiliates. So I would highly recommend whoever wants to be our installer is to talk to Andrew about that. So thank you, Andrew.
Of course.
But definitely. I mean,
you have a showroom too.
Yeah, we do have showroom in Denver. We have lots of products available. We have very large inventory. So we would like to, we have good pricing as well. We're fair people. We're trying to build the relationship, and this is what we care about the most. We care about the quality. We care about the relationship. We care about, we don't want you just to come in, buy one product, and we'll never see you again. We want to make sure that you've been taken care of from, day one you walk into the business, up until it was delivered and installed, right?
Yeah.
So
there's a couple things that I heard there. The delivery.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about your delivery, because I know you got some trucks and.
Yes. So we can deliver within Denver. We have 2 ways to deliver. We can deliver ourselves, or we also have contractors that we hire to deliver for us. So it depends on how big the job is. We have flatbed, we have van, we have a big box truck. If we ever need to deliver ourselves, we will do that. We also, but if you have 1 or 2 doors, we can deliver in the van. But if you're looking into like 30, 50 doors, then we're talking about bigger box truck and, maybe potentially 2 people. And this is when I hired 2 more guys to help us out with that. So
got it.
We can deliver further than Denver. It depends where, I should say. So I'd say the best way for people to reach out to us and kind of find out, what the cost is and whether we can deliver there.
Yeah, that's one thing I appreciate about you all is being so forward about wanting to develop the relationships. Right. It's like if you're estimating a job and it's coming to material, take off time, just bring it to you guys and explore it.
Exactly.
What's the worst that can happen?
Exactly.
And you'll be and that's what I like. And I've heard the feedback from my clients is in our community is if it didn't work, they were the first ones to say, hey, we just can't do this. But let's look at some other options, or sounds like you've got it figured out, go there. One thing that I think is worth pointing out about the Builders Outlet is that you work predominantly with contractors.
Exactly.
There is a residential arm, but it's
correct.
I want to keep that on the down low. Yeah. You like working with contractors.
And that's what I was going to say also. And I'm sorry, I should have mentioned that initially, but we are specialized. We are B2B business mainly. We do have homeowners as well. Probably like 15-20% of the business are homeowners. The rest of them are contractors, builders, smaller builders, fix and flippers, realtors, you name it. Any real estate professionals, investors. We also have some investors. We have, we've been around for a while, so we're known for good quality. We striving for, provide good service from day one up until the end. So we want your satisfaction. We don't want you to walk away and have some issues down the road. If any problems happen, it can happen, right? It's, but if anything happened, I want you to come and talk to me. I want you to feel, to feel comfortable talking to us and make sure that we solve the problem, and that's about it. And that's what we've been trusted for that reason, right? We want to make sure that you're good to go. You've been taken care of. So.
Yeah. I think that's a huge part of not necessarily a rebrand, but the new ownership, something that every person that walks through the door is going to be treated with importance.
Exactly.
That's awesome. What are you seeing? We mentioned investors, builders, smaller builders, kind of you work with that whole ecosystem. Mm-hmm. What are you seeing? Are there any trends that you're emerging? Like if we look 2 years back, white shaker cabinets everywhere all the time. I don't even know how you kept them in the facility at all during that period, but it feels like I'm seeing a lot more greens come about in color palettes, a lot more color in general. What are you seeing?
On the cabinet side, I would say, well, the cabinets or doors too. A lot of people start going into white oak colors, so it doesn't have to be white oak. There's other options because white oak is expensive when it gets to anything to do with actual white oak wood. But manufacturers came up with solutions of veneer and make it look like an oak, and and things like that. So a lot of people going after that. A lot of people stop liking the shaker. They want to go with a flat. Just something that is, they call it either flat or the slab type of doors or cabinets. That looks a little bit more, how can I say that, like a clean look. Yeah, so that's but shaker is still the thing. Shaker is a big deal still. A lot of people still liking it, and they prefer because it's available and it's very affordable. Yeah. It's a good price. It's a good product. I mean, it's good quality. It's solid. It's not hollow. It's for the price of you can get solid for the price of hollow, which is amazing. And people enjoy it. So yeah, we as a matter of fact, I'm sorry I'm gonna say that, but out loud, we have great deals right now going on if somebody is looking for that. So
I think there's no shame. Yeah, I think there's no shame in that, right, and that's the stuff that of course. I mean, that's the stuff that I love that you can bring to the community and contribute. Is how can we develop a direct line of communication between suppliers and contractors? Because all of these contractors, you guys running a sale or doing some supply side discount directly benefits them.
Exactly.
So when it comes to these doors or things like that, that's stuff that I want out there. Yes. If you've got doors sitting around that you're trying to clear out, that they can swing by and they're on a project where I just need 15 doors.
Yes.
I need 15 uniform doors. Don't really care what, that's why we like working with contractors, right? Because it's not this is the door that I'm going to touch every single day for the rest of my life. No. Anytime I go into my master bedroom, it's like, okay, do we want this style? Do we want that style? Working with homeowners is we're preaching to the choir here. The contractors are probably watching this like, yeah, we know. But that's awesome. So that gives you guys the ability to consult with a contractor, understand, hey, here's what we have available that we can run a discount on and help you out price wise. Here's what you're asking for. It's just giving them options. I think that's the main takeaway here. You have options and you can consult, and you have a team of experts in-house.
Yes.
Which I think brings up another good point. Design side. Yes. You have an in-house designer.
Yes. So we have cabinet designer who can actually put design together for cabinets, like 3D design and drawings and things like that. We don't charge people for that, so which is beneficial to a lot of contractors. We do charge a homeowner for that, but we don't charge the professional. So especially if you guys affiliated with us, we probably will have good discounts available for them. So
that's what I tell everybody. And it's like every time I mention you guys, every podcast we shout you out as a sponsor and a supporter of our community. I tell the contractors every time when you walk in there, just mention the community.
Exactly.
This is part of what we're building here.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. We have we're trying to build that community for the reason, right? Because we want to help each other out. So we're striving for the good quality, for the good price, and for those who are trying to establish a relationship with us, because, I also feel like I need some contractors that, I can refer business to, that I can rely on, somebody who is trusted as well, right? So because we don't do installation at the builder's outlet. So to me, it's important to, find that right person who's going to be installing, and there won't be any issues down the road. So because then could be if the contractor is not that good. So we're all striving for the best, right? So that's
I like that. One thing that I've noticed in this world as I've talked with contractors over the years, and hey, have you heard of Builders Outlet? They're going to help you. They can help with pricing, all of these different things. I get a lot of, I go to Home Depot. I have a pro account at Lowe's, Floor and Decor.
Well,
all of
better
these.
than Home Depot or Lowe's. Come on.
So that's exactly that's a misconception that
Yes.
oh, well, they're probably more expensive.
Right.
These guys are big. They have the massive supply chains, beneficial, group pricing or whatever. Talk about why that's a misconception.
So, well, first of all, I'm gonna say we're not. You're competing. You're not. You're comparing, not competing. You're comparing uncomparable. Home Depot is big chain, right? We're family owned, right? We're smaller. We're local. Now our pricing are very fair, so we can compete against Home Depot on the pricing side. However, my perspective, business idea, I guess, behind it is more of a quality. The person who you can rely on. Like in Home Depot, you're gonna come in, you're gonna talk to somebody. You will never see them again, right? If something happened, you probably not gonna have to deal with several different people, and you're not even sure if it's gonna, solve the problem that you came in for, right? So, but in general, we have dedicated person who's gonna be working with you, right? So we want to make sure that we take care of your project from beginning until the end. That we provide good quality for reasonable price. We care about the relationship again, and that's why we want to make sure we provide the community with the right tools as well, right? Additionally, I mean, the lead time is the big thing. I think the lead time, a lot of people come to me and they say, hey, I went to Home Depot, they're gonna take 4 weeks. Can you help me? And I said, yes, I will help you out, and we can take care of you within the next 5 to 7 days. You can get your product.
Yeah.
So we can hang doors in house, and that's the big one. We have a lot of people, in Denver, they have, they have houses that are not standard. They don't have standard opening. They don't have standard wall sizes. Home Depot will provide you with everything that is standard, right? And what's available at the shop at that time when you walk in, right? So to us is different. We're more into details. We're trying to understand what you're looking for, what we can do, provide you with options. We may even have something available the following day, right? So we just want to make sure, we sit down, we talk to you and understand.
Yeah.
So what you need.
Do you have a success story around that? I know even before we were just kind of chatting before we came into the podcast, he was just telling me a funny story about the urgency that comes with the construction world of, I need it. When did you need it? Yesterday. How fast can I get it? Maybe next week. Well, I need it today. All right. Well, how about tomorrow? Like, let's see what we can do. You get it tomorrow, follow up. How's it going? Oh, good. I don't know. We haven't installed them yet. It's 3 days later. And you're like, yeah, hurry up and wait.
Exactly.
Got it. Tell us some of your success stories.
Well, this is one of them, right? So, we have multiple. I'll give you an example of a big building that we currently have, and it's historical buildings, old. Because of that, they have very different wall sizes, different sizes. Something that I feel like I'm walking into the project that is like a museum to me because it's completely different, And the previous, so this custom builder, he actually walked into Lowe's to get some doors from, and ended up, they told him it's going to take him 4 to 6 weeks. Then he came to us. I had a conversation with him and realized that, I can actually save him money. I can help him get it quicker. We can hang doors in house. Besides that, he needed windows, which we also could have provided to some historical building that he never thought that he can, get something like that within the small shop like ours. So that's one of them. That's for when it gets to something a little bit more custom or, something historical, because there are tons of buildings like that in Denver. It could be something small, but you still have to find that one little piece that you don't, nobody has it.
Oh yeah, even the fix and flippers.
Yes.
Yeah, they're running into those all the time. Denver houses are
flippers. We have a lot of contractors. They come to us and they just, they're looking for, one piece of trim. They're not looking for multiple of them. They're just looking for one specific one. And, Home Depot will not take care of you, for example, at that point, at that level. We will. We would like to do your business. Even that one little piece, we want to make sure that you're satisfied, right? So, because we want to earn your business. Doesn't matter if it's a very little job or very big job. We want to help you out.
Right.
So the biggest difference I would say is we want your relationship. We don't care about just one-time deal. We want to make sure that you're taken care of from day one up until the end. We provide good quality. Our lead time is very minimum. Depends on what you're looking for. There's some special orders, but in general, we can accommodate a pretty quick delivery. And
if you can't, you're quick to say that too.
Yes.
That's also a positive of,
Exactly.
hey, we know our lane. If we can't accommodate,
right,
we'll just tell you.
Exactly.
And we can point you in the right direction.
Exactly. And we're direct, right? We're going to say we're transparent with you. We're going to tell you this is what's going to happen. If there's any issues or delays with the order, we're going to tell you. We're going to communicate with you. We're going to make sure that you're satisfied. The worst comes to worst, we can provide you with some temp doors, for example, and go with it. If there is some, project that is due, you need to put drywall or whatever, we can help you out also. So yeah, we're a little bit more people's people.
Yeah. That's
right.
It's relationships.
It's a relationship. To me, this is how it should be anywhere you go, right? I want to understand what you need for me to understand what I can help you with, right? So
right.
That's how it should be.
I think that's a mantra of ours at Contractors of Colorado is taking that power that we've given over the last 20, 30, 40 years to the big stores, because they had the purchasing power, they had the supply lines, and we assumed that they would do the right things. Yes. And I think what we've realized a lot in these past 5-10 years is they took advantage of that. Yes. And they became a machine. And so where does that leave us? Well, now let's fight to bring things back. Yes. And as Contractors of Colorado, we're a grassroots organization. Like, we don't do any public paid promotion.
Right.
The only thing I think we've spent advertising dollars on is our GC course, just because we know there's so many more contractors out there.
We're actually kind of like you guys. We do minimum of marketing, just so you know, and we're well known enough for, people calling us, people coming to us because of the fact that we did a great job in the past and we got referrals. We feel confident that this, that we provide good quality and we're taking care of the customer. That's all.
Yeah. And I wouldn't minimize your marketing too much. I mean, you do some stuff with us where there's, social posts going out. You have a beautiful website. Like, there's having a good online presence, and then there's spending marketing dollars. Yes. And you all have a good online presence so that people feel comfortable. You are a legitimate, established business with an online presence. Right. We're just not paying to get in front of people as much.
That's what I meant.
We'd rather engage with this organic community, partner with Contractors of Colorado, be a resource, and meet an audience that way. And I think that lends into the mantra that I hear a lot at Builders Outlet, which is the relationships. Right. We want to take care of you. We want to understand your business, your needs, and then we want to help.
Right.
So that's amazing. I've got one more question for you before I kind of give you an open mic. We've got 22,000 contractors staring at us.
Awesome.
If you could talk to every one of those contractors and let them know one piece about working with a supplier or the supply side, what would that piece of information be that would make them better in working with you?
Plan the project ahead. Don't delay until the last minute. Don't order until the last minute. I would say at least run it, try it, come talk to us, right? The biggest issue that I find that a lot of people, they're not prepared, and then they need it yesterday, right? And then you're trying to do your best to accommodate what, the short time and, lead time and things like that. So, which is still possible, but I'm just saying, planning is the big thing, I think. If you know that you're going to remodel, and the drywall is coming soon, you need to come and talk to us. I mean, some doors may take forever, right? It may take 4 to 6 weeks, could be even up to 10 weeks, right? Depends what you're ordering. But you would not even realize until you actually talk to the person, right? So Cabinets, if it's something simple like shaker, you can get it as quick as possible. We have options for flat back, or you can get it as a assembled, or when it gets to something a little bit more custom, like a wood, type of cabinet or different design, and we have all kinds of multiple options. Lead time is a little bit more extensive, so you need to plan ahead, right? So when it gets to, a lot of people like oak, but they just say, okay, well, I want oak, but they don't realize if we're going to provide them with something that is with veneer oak versus the actual oak. Some people, they want to go with just the actual oak. That the cost is like 3 times more, right? So because of that, that's a special. It's considered to be a special order, and because of that, the lead time is extended, right? So, but you have to remember that some people, the homeowners don't know that. Like if you do remodel, the homeowner don't know that. So you have to be their guide for that, right? So you have to, tell them, hey, you need to talk to the Anna or whoever, to the builder's outlet. Make sure that you're in the same page so they can provide us with a little better lead time so we can understand what, next, right? What they have, on the works.
Yeah.
So I think planning is the big one. And also I would say communication. The big one, the contractors, they're not the best in communication, but in general, like if if there's something that is urgent, I'm always available on my phone. You can text me, shoot me text saying, hey, Anna, what's going on? Or the opposite way, hey, and, I need to change this to this. I'm okay with that. But, if it was in the last minute and you need to change things, I will try to accommodate, but, this is where you can get some hiccups. But in general, we can help you out, right?
Yeah.
Bottom line, we can help you out. It's just if you plan ahead, things like that, even if they happen, you still have time.
You've got more options.
More options.
Got it.
And more time to fix it and more things you can do. So
right.
Planning.
So the
big one is
the earlier that you all are involved in a
Yes.
project with a contractor, it makes the contractor better, and
Yeah.
it makes you all a
Everybody.
better option for the contractors.
correct.
Okay, I like that. That's
Yeah.
a perfect
Planning.
piece of advice. There you go.
Planning.
There you go, contractors. just follow the advice. That's the big one.
Please call me at least a day prior to you need the product.
So as much as Anna loves putting out fires for you and being the superhero,
Right.
at a certain point,
Right.
we need to take.
Exactly.
It's a lot easier to have a good relationship with you all when we're planning and we're doing the right things.
Yes.
Awesome.
And the other thing I would add to this, I'm sorry, I'll cut you off. I would say, a lot of contractors don't have like a designer. That could be also an option for me, maybe to think about, right? Because designers, they can help. Like if you have full project, if you're not doing just one door or one cabinet or one window, things like that, you can handle it yourself. But when it gets to something a little bit bigger, maybe get involved somebody who can help you, some professional person who can help you line up things, and then they will help you to project and kind of plan and things like that.
Yeah,
But it's ideal world. Like nobody, it's hard to follow because every day you may have some other things because this is not the only projects you handle, right?
right.
But in general, this is what you should strive for, right? Because that should be a goal.
And we don't expect perfection. We understand how the contracting world is. Like there's fires all the time. Nothing goes according to plan. What we can do though is, what do they say? Shoot for the stars. And
Yes.
even if you miss, you'll land on the moon or whatever.
That's it.
That's the goal here is, hey, if we have attention to these
Right.
things and those are our standard procedure,
Mm-hmm.
we're going to minimize the amount of times where things go wrong and we have those,
Yes.
those fires or
Yes.
I call them the oh shit moments. Oh shit, I need this. When do I need it? Yesterday.
Exactly.
Now my next 2 weeks of my build project are off, and I'm again preaching to the choir with both you and our audience here. This is what you deal with on a day-to-day basis.
Yes.
So I love that. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a guest. Thank you for just talking about what you do and kind of, I don't want to say demystifying Builders Outlet to our audience because you've always been here, but it's really great to put a name and a face to the community.
Yes.
And I have all the confidence in our community to reach out to you and take it from there. The mic is yours. Is there anything that you wanted to come in today that we didn't get a chance to cover that you wanted to be sure you spoke to our audience about?
I think I will just add one thing. Well, first of all, I'm glad to be a part of this community, right? I enjoy what we're trying to do, enjoy the process. It's really, it's not an easy process, as you know, but we definitely getting better every day. And I enjoy the idea behind it that, everybody kind of like pick each other's brain, and, be that community versus, just one person, trying to figure it out on their own. When it's community, it helps, you can help each other out. Something that I don't know, right? And vice versa. And, I feel like it's a big deal. And then the other thing I want to throw it out there, we just have great deals going on right now, so you guys should come by one day. We have several doors available and for pickup right then. We're selling it for very good pricing, so if you ever need that, something that is available and for very good cost, swing by. And
we need to make some room. Yeah. We need to make some room in that showroom.
That's exactly what I was going to lead to. Yeah. I'm redoing this showroom, so I'm trying to kind of like have a little bit more space. And if you need something, let me know. I'm just I can give you good pricing for that. So
amazing.
Feel free to reach out. I'm here. I'm local in Denver. Would love to help you out.
Might catch her at a local dance tournament.
That too.
Awesome.
One of the two.
Well, fantastic.
Outlet or dancing mom.
Dance moms. Yeah. Well, thank you for being here. Thank you for everything that you do for us. It's great to have you all as a partner.
Thank you.
Contractors, please feel free to reach out to Anna and her team from the sales side, the designers, everybody in there. I've met them all amazing. All just an amazing community, and we're fortunate to have them as a partner. So please take advantage of it. Just throw it out there. Get some pricing from them. You might be very surprised. So that's it for today, everybody. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time on the Contractors of Colorado podcast. See ya.